Baseball championships. It's game 3 of day 2, and this is an elimination game. It features the Yellow Jackets of Randolph-Macon and the Panthers of Birmingham-Southern. I'm Bob Brainerd, along with my partner Bill Brophy and our crew here in Ohio. If you follow this game or follow this team, you know what the story is with the Panthers who take the field. Their school, Birmingham-Southern, closed its doors yesterday, May 31st, on the first day that the Panthers took the baseball field here at the College World Series. They are continuing to play for a school that no longer exists, but they have embraced the role of being able to play for one another and to continue playing and to play for people like that, the support staff that they have had during this incredible run.
So it comes to this, an elimination game, but it's never been more well-defined. If Birmingham-Southern loses, they go home, and they don't have a school to go home to. Meanwhile, if they win, they play again tomorrow. And you can't count them out the way they have played in the playoffs. Going 19-5 since the announcement was made on March 26th that the school would cease operations because of the failure to win sufficient support in the Alabama House of Representatives. So it's just not another game for a lot of people, and we look forward to it in the next 3 hours.
Film crews galore, national media, a documentary crew has been on hand following these young men. They are here at the ballpark as well. Randolph-Macon, the Yellow Jackets, will bat first, and Queasy will lead it off against Learson, the right-hander. We'll talk more about him in just a moment. Schmidt is the DH. Warnowski, the third baseman. Webb, the first baseman, in the cleanup spot. Then Harvey, the catcher. Myers, the left fielder. Bush, the shortstop. Brooks, the right fielder. And Hill, the second baseman. And you've seen Learson warming up. He's ready to go. The fans from Birmingham-Southern on their feet. They don't want this run to end.
Josh Learson is the pitcher, senior from Sandy Spring, Georgia, 6'2". On the year, he's put up impressive numbers. 10-2 with a 3.97 ERA. This is his 14th appearance, all starts. He's thrown a complete game. Thrown 79 in the third innings. Allowed 75 hits, 35 earned runs. He's walked 25, struck out 83. Here's his first pitch.
John Queasy, the leadoff man. Ball one up high.
Opponents have hit 249 against Learson.
Same spot, 2-0.
Yeah, he's got to be amped up. The crowd certainly is. And again, with all the hoopla surrounding this team, a little tough to focus on. It's still a ball game.
There's a strike, 2-1.
Ian Weisberg, the coach, said he gathered his team in the middle of yesterday's game, a 7-5 loss to Salve Regina, when Birmingham had fallen behind 5-0, and said, I don't think you guys are all here. Let's go play our game. And they rallied, got the tying run to the plate in both the 8th and 9th inning, but the rally fell short after falling behind 7-0.
Yeah, they were threatening to somehow find another way. Fouled back.
John Queasy, a prototypical leadoff guy for Randolph-Macon, a 274 hitter. Knocked in 21 runs this year. Great on base percentage. He's walked 43 times.
Not this time. Caught looking at strike 3. Learson punches him out, and crazy go nuts are the fans on that Birmingham-Southern side. And that's just the first batter. One away for Carter Schmidt, the designated hitter.
Randolph-Macon 33-15 on the year. They lost 11-3 to Wisconsin Whitewater last night. Jumped out to a 3-0 lead and then saw Whitewater score 11 unanswered, including 3 in the bottom of the first. They answered the 3 spot that had Randolph-Macon all jacked up.
Learson quickly ahead of Schmidt. 0-2.
Schmidt's a .339 hitter, a couple homers, 41 RBIs.
Just got a piece. Here's the defense for the Panthers behind Learson. Leitz, Stedman, and Banks left to right in the outfield. Austin at third, Truitt at short, Dutton at second, and Webster at first, and Nelson is the catcher for the righty Learson. 0-2 to the sophomore DH. Into the seats foul. The umpires for this contest. Will Bowers behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Justin Burton's at first base. Russ Lundquist at second, and Justin Birchie is down the line at third.
Randolph-Macon one of 2 teams the Old Dominion Athletic Conference in this field, along with Lynchburg. Lynchburg, the defending champ, is the only unbeaten team after bracket 1 that's concluded play today. They will rest tomorrow and are sure to play Monday.
1-2 to Schmidt. To right field. Banks on his horse. Can't get there. It'll bounce up and over the wall for a ground rule double. And now the Randolph-Macon fans making some noise of their own.
Schmidt will see to that. He puts a good swing on this one. Hits the track and gets a bounce over the wall, meaning he's going to be a 2-base hit. He might add more than that. Right fielder gives it a real go, but Charlie Banks can't get to it. And Schmidt's in scoring position with 1 out here in the first. 320 down each line in this ballpark. 400 to deep center field.
And now Wernowski, the third baseman, ripped it into the fishnet behind home plate.
Zach Wernowski, the Thunder in this lineup. 382 hitter. Leads the club, or second in the club in RBIs with 41. He's hit just 1 home run, however.
Up around the eyelids of Wernowski. 1-1.
Zach 1 for 4 against Whitewater yesterday, scored a run.
Learson, a couple peeks at the runner at second. It's a bouncing ball to short. Truitt fields and fires to get the out at first. 2 away.
Schmidt advances to third on the slow hopper. The play was in front of him, so he shrewdly went to third, so 90 feet away with 2 out now.
Gonna bring up Miles Webb, the first baseman. Miles had a 21-game hitting streak earlier this season. That was 2 away from the program record. He's down strike 1 here. Down 0-2.
There's a little bit of giddy up on that fastball.
Yeah, popping that mitt. This place will erupt if he does that again. Another bouncer to Truitt at short. Makes the play again. Side retired. Nothing across for Randolph-Macon in the top half of the first inning. Panthers swing the sticks when we return. Drew Ramos is the right-hander, the starting pitcher for Randolph-Macon. He will face a lineup that features Stedman, the center fielder, Dutton, the second baseman, Webster, the first baseman, and Hancock, the designated hitter for the Panthers in the cleanup spot. Then Banks, the right fielder, Leets, the left fielder, Drew at the shortstop, Nelson, the catcher, and Austin, the third baseman.
Drew Ramos gets the ball for the Yellow Jackets. On the year, Ramos 8-2 with a .464 ERA. This is his 17th start, and his 17th appearance. In 66 innings, he's allowed 57 hits and 34 earned runs. He's walked 44, struck out 67. Opponents have hit .234 against this right-hander. Ramos, a senior from Williamsburg, Virginia.
Ramos completes his warm-up tosses, ready to go, and Stedman ready to step in.
Yellow Jackets didn't get much from their starter last night. Bear Bowers only retired 4 hitters and allowed 9 runs, only 1 earned, but nonetheless, it was a tough outing for Bowers.
Eli Stedman. Strike one. Warnowski, the third baseman, is a few steps in, creeping in on the infield grass, down the line at third. Ramos, you see the big overhand tosser that he is. Comes right over the top with a violent delivery. There's Warnowski, positioned to pounce on something on the infield. It stays on the infield, but goes to Hill at second. 1 down. Here's the defense for the Yellow Jackets. It's Myers in left, Queasy in center, Brooks in right, Warnowski at third, Bush at short, Hill at second, Webb at first, and Harvey's the catcher for the righty Ramos.
Ramos has been around. He had 13 appearances, all starts a year ago as a junior, went 6-2 with a 5.43 earned run average.
And now Andrew Dutton, the hitter.
Good-sized kid at 6'3".
In there for a strike, 1-1.
Dutton went 1 for 5 yesterday, drove in a couple runs. On the year, Dutton's their leading hitter average-wise at .340. He's hit 7 homers and driven in 41 runs.
Takes there, 2-1. Webster will be next. To short. Bush plays the hop, makes the throw, gets the out.
Birmingham-Southern first base coach said his foot was off the bag, and I think we're going to get a review. Bush backed up on the ball. Remember when they used to tell you at youth clinics, play the ball, don't let the ball play you? Well, Bush let the ball play him, and he took the high hop and had to rush his throw, which, according to the first base coach, pulled Webb off the bag. The umpires disagree. Here's the play.
Where's the toe?
Well, that is the question. The umpires conferring. They haven't decided whether they're going to review yet or not.
Yeah, look at the foot move. Yeah, the toe's not on the bag. You can challenge. Each coach has 2 challenges available to have a replay review. So they're going to huddle up before Birmingham-Southern has to make a decision on if they want to burn a challenge now or not.
I don't understand why this caucus is taking so long.
Because it always does.
I mean, either you're going to review it or you're not going to review it. Well, according to the plate umpire, the foot was off the bag, but the guy closest to the play said he was out. So we might see a review from Ray Hedrick of Randolph-Macon.
Yeah, so now instead of the Panthers saying review it and look at it, which they didn't have to, the umpires made the call and the decision on their own. Now Randolph-Macon may have to decide, do we want to burn a challenge? And they do.
They do.
And I think they're going to lose this challenge. Based on what we saw, again, each coach gets 2 challenges in the first 7 innings. If you lose the challenge, it's gone. If you win it, you get to keep it.
But almost out of principle. I mean, Hedrick hasn't seen what we have. So almost out of principle, you got to say the guy who was closest to play called him out. And the home plate umpire, at least he's the guy that signaled to the world after the umpire meeting that the runner was safe. So I'm saying Hedrick is saying, what's the deal?
Justin Burton is the first base umpire over there who made the call. So again, Birmingham-Southern, they didn't challenge the call. It was the umpires huddling up to ask for help among themselves. Turned the call over, and then they turned it over to Randolph-Macon and said, do you want to challenge that call? And that's what they're doing now, and they're looking at this.
So the call on the field is he's out. Is there conclusive evidence to change the call? And Russ Lundquist, the second base umpire, walks us from that angle. You can see the base coach and the Birmingham bench exploding, saying he was safe. But you'll see that all the time, that the coach will beg for a safe call on bang plays.
So now what they're looking at is, because the umpires switched it to safe, now are they switching it back to out?
That is a good point.
That's what they're looking at, because it's a Randolph-Macon challenge. They want to get this out. They thought they had it. It got taken away. Can they get it back again?
Good point.
And everyone talking with everyone else upstairs. The crew chief and the replay officials, they confer with the men in blue down below.
So if he's out, there's 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. If he's safe, Birmingham-Southern has their first base runner with 1 out, and their 3-hole hitter, Jackson Webster, coming to the plate.
And everyone talking about candlesticks and
he is ruled safe.
So the Yellow Jackets lose their first challenge, have 1 remaining.
And I think Bush picks up an error. Although the scoreboard says he got a hit. Yeah, they must have ruled it a hit. Anyway, Webster's at the plate with Dutton on first.
Missing there, 1-0. Ramos had to wait that out, threw a couple warm-up tosses waiting for a decision to be made.
Birmingham doesn't steal a lot of bases. 41 in 47 games. Dutton at first is 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts this year.
A strike. Ruling is an error.
It should be.
Yeah, it is. Error on Randolph-Macon. So Dutton went from being out to safe and then confirmed to be safe. Webster sitting 1-1 with 1 away. 2-1. Launch to left center. Up, over, out. My goodness, Jackson Webster.
Webster with the longest home run we've seen thus far in the tournament. A big bomb gives Birmingham-Southern the lead. His 14th home run of the year. That's a team high, and there was no doubt about that one.
Tagged it, and this place erupts. Webster barrels and clocks it to the classic auto group sign in left center.
And he extends his arms and gets all of it.
2-0, Birmingham-Southern in front first. Here's Ian Hancock, the designated hitter. One and one.
Hancock's been an all-conference player the last 3 years. At .327 this year. 10 homers, 52 RBIs.
Lifts this one. Center field, Queasy still backpedaling, and wind was blowing that all over the place. 2 away.
Wind blowing out to left. Certainly might have given Webster a little help, but he didn't need it. That was a bomb.
So 2 away, and here's Charlie Banks, the right fielder. Charlie's a freshman. He was named the newcomer of the year in the conference. Banks was also a second-team all-conference pick, along with Dutton.
Banks a .374 hitter, 5 homers, 33 knocked in.
He goes to left center, and that ball is gone. Hit the same sign. A bank shot for Banks, and it's 3-0.
Well, Birmingham-Southern acts like they don't want to go home. 2 bombs here in the first inning, and I mean bombs. The longest balls we've seen hit in the first 2 days of the tournament. First, a 2-run shot by Jackson Webster. Now, Charlie Banks for the 6th home run of the year.
That's a freshman, folks, and that's a long way to hit a baseball. Here's Forrest Leitz, the left fielder.
Good.
Ramos trying to settle down. It's only the first inning. Out of play.
Ramos was treated harshly last week in game 2 of the 3-game Super Regional Series against Adrian. On 5 1/3 innings, allowed 3 hits and 2 runs. Ended up taking a loss in that game.
Squeezed by Harvey, the catcher, 2-2.
Leitz didn't start yesterday's game. He pinch hit and walked against Salve Regina.
Bouncing ball to second. Hill gets there. Inning over. But a pair of home runs. What a great start for Birmingham-Southern in their quest to keep playing baseball. 3-0 after 1. An electric atmosphere for the fans of Birmingham-Southern, and they got even more to cheer about in that first inning. A pair of home runs stake their team to a 3-0 lead here as we head to the second. Harvey, the catcher, leads it off for Randolph-Macon. You see on our graphic there, this is an elimination game. You are playing to survive and play another day. Play another game on Sunday. And everyone is aware of the circumstances with this Panthers squad. It'll be a long road for them to have the ultimate storybook finish. But why not? It's kind of been their mantra the whole way during this ride. Play for the other guy. Play like you have nothing to lose. As Learson ties up Harvey for his second strikeout of the day. One away. Brings up Matt Myers, the left fielder.
Learson's got to have a little confidence now, pitching with the lead.
Left field side and into the blue seats.
Learson was a all-conference selection a year ago as well. Appeared in 14 games for the Panthers. Finished 8-2 with a .238 earned run average last year, so he's a proven commodity.
Proven glove man as well. Cat-like reflexes for out number 2.
And retires Myers, who had drove in all 3 runs for Randolph-Macon yesterday. This ball was smoked, but he sticks his glove out, and I gotta say, might have been a little, look what I found.
2 away for Grayson Bush, the shortstop. Fouled off to the right side. Some tossing going on in the Randolph-Macon bullpen.
Yeah, they had somebody up when the first inning ended. And the pitching coach just went down to see, or at least tell him what's going to happen next inning, because the activity now is stopped.
0-2 to Bush. Learson brings it. 1-2. Fights that one off foul towards his own dugout.
Bush, a .303 hitter. 3 homers, 33 runs batted in on the year. Got on base 5 times against Adrian in the clinching game of the Super Regional last weekend.
He's a walk drawing machine. Over 100 in his career. With Learson covering. He had some bumper cars over there with Webster and Dutton, but Learson picks up his teammates to retire the side. Middle of 2. 3. Here's how this game started. Bottom of the first, ding-dong time. 2-run shot for Webster that hit that sign in left center field. And then 2 batters later, his teammate Banks says, I can hit that sign too. Solo shot. That's some serious lumber right there. And Birmingham-Southern, ideal start, 3-0. It chases the starter Ramos. In comes Number 15, that's William Wyan. I beg your pardon. William Wyan, the sophomore, Bill.
He is a sophomore out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. William 2-2 on the year with a 3.70 ERA. This is his 18th appearance, all out of the bullpen. In 24 and a third innings, Wyan's allowed 24 hits, 10 earned runs. He's walked 12, struck out 27. Opponents have hit 258 against Wyan, and for the second straight day, Randolph-Macon sees their starters rocked. All you got to do, look in the bracket 1. Lynchburg got a complete game yesterday. The 8 2/3 inning performance from their starter today. They're the lone unbeaten. Randolph-Macon's got a long way to go in this one, but they saw their starter give up 9 runs yesterday, and Ramus gives up 3 in the first inning today, including those 2 big bombs you saw.
So Wyan's first pitch is in there for a strike to tie Truitt.
In an elimination game, a coach has got to have a short leash and a quick hook, and you saw Ray Hedrick's not going to mess around. He gets Wyan in there quickly in relief of Ramus.
Oh, 0-2 to the shortstop. Nelson will be next, and then Austin. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Launched out of play on the right side.
Randolph-Macon here for the second time. They finished in third place in the tournament in 2018.
He gets Truitt. So Wyan, good work to start his outing. A strikeout here to start the second frame. And Shane Nelson, the catcher, steps in. Slicer out of play.
Nelson's hit 232, homer, 23 RBIs.
At third, Warnowski knocked it down, stayed with the play, and no, off the bag, it pulled Webb. We've seen that before, this time, no question.
Should be another error.
So a man aboard with 1 away. Knocked it down, had time, and the throw was way off the mark. And now here's Austin, the third baseman. Mitch, the number 9 hitter. Ball 1.
Austin's hit 262. This is only his 19th start of the year. Has but 2 extra base hits. Austin drove in 10 runs in limited action.
A little late on that swing. Tried to reach out over the plate and make contact. 1-2. Wyan a toss over.
Nelson has not stolen a base this year.
Foul tip, Harvey hung on, and it's a strikeout for Wyan, his second, and 2 away here in the second. And back to the top of the order, and Eli Stedman. So many stories within this overall story unfolding for this Birmingham-Southern baseball team. And one of them that is truly remarkable is that on the day of the Super Regional Championship game, 9 players got what they thought was food poisoning. And it was actually a neurovirus that was still lingering in some of the players when they got to Ohio. Knocked down by Webb. Nice play by the first baseman to retire the side. So no matter the obstacle, though, Birmingham-Southern guys have been stepping up. They lead it 3-0 after 2. Top of 3, Panthers 3, Yellow Jackets nothing. It will be Brooks, the right fielder, then Hill, the second baseman, and then back to the top of the order against the righty Learson.
Learson's retired 5 in a row after the Carter Schmidt double with 1 out in the first.
Brooks trying to start something here in the 3rd inning for the Jackets. Big cut by number 27.
Brooks came in the game late yesterday. Failed to get a hit in his lone plate appearance.
Sophomore outfielder, 0-1. Even up at 1-1.
Eli's a .295 hitter. He's a homer and 13 RBIs, and this is 23rd start of the season.
Learson brings it. Nelson framed it, but it's 2-1.
Randolph-Macon out of Ashland, Virginia.
And there's a strike. Caught the inside to make it 2-2.
Mentioned this yesterday. The Yellow Jackets, the only Division III program to win NCAA playoff games in football, men's basketball, and baseball this academic year.
How about that? Little flare, but on the move, Dutton gets there to make the catch. 1 away. And the batter will be Hill. Check out the shoes on Hill and his teammates. Taking another look at the little flare that's caught. The kicks, as the kids call it. Those were donated to the team when they got here. And they came courtesy of the 2018 Randolph-Macon team, who raised money to support their guys in 2024. 2018 team was the last team of Yellow Jackets to make it to the baseball championships. So a little bonding moment there.
Shoes are pretty sharp.
They are.
They haven't brought them a lot of luck thus far, but they look good.
Chopper, third base side. Austin is right there, and the throw is as well. 2 down. Learson retired 8 of the 9 hitters. First time through. Now back to Queasy with 2 away. First pitch, jumping on it. Stedman will get there and glove it. Side retired. Second clean inning in a row for Learson and Birmingham-Southern, who leads it +3. See if the Panthers can pad their 3-run lead here in the bottom half of inning number 3. They will send up Dutton, Webster, and Hancock. Wyan, first pitch is in the dirt.
Wyan threw in 2 of the 3 games against Adrian. On Friday in game 1, he allowed a hit in the 3rd inning of work. On Saturday,
right field, caught at the wall on the run. Brooks didn't panic, just backpedaled and got to the spot to make the catch.
Dutton barreled that one up though, and forced Brooks to make a nice play.
Knew where the wall was in the warning track. It looked easy. One away. Here's Webster. Had the 2-run shot in the first. And you remember it was Dutton who had that play at first prior to Webster's at-bat. Eventually ruled safe on the error, which made it a 2-run home run when Webster connected.
After Wyan's performance against Adrian on Friday, he came back to throw 2 scoreless innings on Saturday, allowed 2 hits. So he appeared in 2 of the 3 super regional games, trying to hold Birmingham-Southern at 3 runs here.
Wyan tosses a strike there, 2-2. Webster led the Southern Athletic Association in home runs, 11 in the regular season, 13 total. And he just tacked on 1 more, as you saw in the first. Swing and a miss there. Wyan fooled him. His 3rd punch out since coming on in the 2nd inning, 2 away. It's the DH now, Ian Hancock. Around the kneecaps that time. 1-0. That one on the outside part of the play, 2-0. Nobody on base. Wyan would love nothing more than a clean inning. But Hancock threatening the draw of the free pass. 3-0. Green light.
Hancock, a veteran hitter. I think Hedrick trusts him to make the good decision. And this is a 3-time all-conference performer.
(3-1). This one in play, and Webb can't glove it. Goes through the wickets, as they say, and that's going to be the 3rd error committed by Randolph-Macon.
Well, Randolph-Macon just has looked out of sorts here in this whole tournament. They've committed 6 errors in 2 games, have allowed 4 home runs, and after scoring 3 in the top of the first yesterday, they have just come unraveled.
Webb didn't even have to move. And then make them pay. Banks to the wall. Hancock sent home. Throw is not in time. It's 4-0. Banks kept it in the yard this time, but same result. Drives and a run. And the error, Pryor, costly, bites the Yellow Jackets again.
A strong relay throw by Hill to make this play close to the plate. When Banks splits the outfielders for his second extra base hit in the first 3 innings of this game.
Randolph-Macon self-inflicted. Should have been out of the inning. Should have stayed 3-0. It's 4-0 now. Here's Leitz with Banks out at second base. Wyan the 2-0. Tosses a strike. But misses there. 3-1. Got the strike. And runs the count full on Leitz. Wyan needs a big pitch. Needs an out anywhere.
Got in the hands of Leitz there. Excuse me, swing.
Wyan back to work. 3-2 count on Forrest Leitz. And it's ball 4. Inning started with 2 easy outs, a fly ball and a strikeout. Then the error compounded by the RBI double, and now a walk and a walk out to the mound to have a discussion with everybody.
Well, the bullpen is now started up. It's Cole Mallory, 28, I think, is throwing in the bullpen for Randolph-Macon. This may be a visit to give Cole some time. Again, Wyan deserves a better fate. I mean, well, as you said, the ball was hit right at the first baseman, which should have been an easy third out. But it wasn't, and the inning continues.
Home plate umpire Will Bauer is going to break up the party. Ty Truitt will be the hitter.
Maybe Connor McCauley throwing down there. It's tucked in out of our view, but I think it's 26 that's throwing for the Yellow Jackets.
You're right. Swing and a miss by Ty, 0-1. And another one. Wyan got it done. But so did Birmingham-Southern. They make the E at first hurt. Drive it another run, and after 3, Panthers' lead is now 4-0. Top half of inning number 4, Randolph-Macon. Down a 4 spot here. They'll send up Schmidt, who has the lone hit so far for the Yellow Jackets, then Wernowski and Webb. Strike 1 to Carter Schmidt.
You've seen that strike 1 a lot from Learson. He's gone right after guys.
Pitcher's best friend. In the dirt that time, 1-1. Muscles it off of Learson, and then Dutton was trying to help out with the pinball action, but couldn't find the handle. So Schmidt's aboard again.
No ruling yet on whether that's a hit or an error.
Zach Wernowski will step in, hoping that's a start. Tries to go to right field. Long run and into that bullpen area.
They give Schmidt credit for a hit.
A laser beam. 0-1 to Wernowski. Grounded out to short in his first AB in the first. Zach goes there again. Out at second and at first. Two away.
Panthers flash some weather. Back Learson. Nice 6-4-3 double play. Good turn by Dutton. And Truitt certainly gave him a nice feed.
So the base is clear. 2 down for Miles Webb. And that one hit the mascot. To Webb, the senior first baseman. It's a strike, 1-1.
Pop the glove again.
Webb would certainly like to do something in the redemption department here after that error led to another run for Birmingham-Southern. Thought about it there, 2-1.
Webb had a streak snap last night. He'd reached pace safely in the past 16 games until last night. Earlier in the season, he had a 21-game hitting streak.
Battling here against Learson. who's been awfully good to start this outing. 2 away in the 4th.
He just poured strikes in there and challenged guys. Fan to pair.
And that'll help.
That's his 7th out recorded on the ground in the first 4 innings.
Side retired. Throw a double play in there as well, and the 4-0 lead remains intact for the Panthers. New pitcher coming in, the 3rd of the evening for the Yellow Jackets. It's the left-hander Connor McCauley.
Connor, a sophomore out of Haymarket, Virginia. And on the year, McCauley's had a decent year, 2-0 with a 2.17 ERA. It's his 20th appearance. Started 1 game, otherwise he's been a bullpen guy. 29 innings pitched. Connor's allowed 27 hits. 7 earned runs. He's walked 15, struck out 26. And opponents are hitting .252 against this 5'9", 175-pound left-hander.
His squad down 4-0 here, bottom of the 4th inning.
He used 3 pitchers last night, they used 3 in the 11-3 loss. Cole Stam and then Gavin Tomlin came in relief of Bear Bowers. Now Wyan and now McCauley have come in relief of Drew Ramos.
That's a Shane Nelson, 0-1. Count is even. Austin will be next, and then top of the order, Eli Stedman. Dropped off the table. Nice pitch from McCauley. Two and two now. Fights that one off out of play. Birmingham-Southern, their fans, they were making racket before the first pitch was thrown. That first inning, they had a lot to cheer for. They haven't run out of gas yet. Still going strong. Rally banana. Why not? Whatever mojo's working, you keep it going. 2-2. That one to short. Bush will get it and make the play. Nicely done. Had to gobble it and then make sure he found the handle.
Earlier today, and this is the third of 4 games today, in bracket 1, Endicott survived in an elimination game by sending Pomona Pitzer back to California. They beat him 7-6 in a battle of unbeaten teams, or from yesterday's winners, I guess more accurately. Lynchburg scored a 6-2 victory over Misericordia. So tomorrow at 11 o'clock in an elimination game, Misericordia will play Endicott while Lynchburg rests on the Sabbath.
Are we resting on the Sabbath?
No, we're here.
Oh, okay.
We got 2 games to
All right, just checking. Here's Mitch Austin, the third baseman. Struck out his first time up in the second inning. Swung through it, 0-2.
Later tonight, in a battle of teams that both won yesterday, Wisconsin Whitewater will play Salve Regina. That game will start 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one.
McCauley gets Austin his first K out of the bullpen, 2 away here in the 4th.
And the winner of that game later tonight will rest on the Sabbath.
As well.
We don't.
We definitely don't. 2 away for Stedman. Nothing in 2 trips so far for Eli. Strike. McCauley, hard thrower. Warnowski reading the book on Stedman, in on the infield grass from the third base side. 2-1. Cut through it. Evens the count at 2-2. Down on strikes. Good job by McCauley out of the pen. Clean inning. 2 of the 3 he faces. He whiffs. And after 4, scoreboard stays 4-0 Birmingham-Southern in front.
With its 50th anniversary, Division III is celebrating the past, honoring the present, and looking toward the future. Follow the year-long celebration by visiting NCAA Division III on X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and join the conversation by using hashtag
Top of 5 here in Eastlake, Ohio. 20 minutes east of downtown Cleveland. And a strike to Chaz Harvey. The Randolph-Macon catcher. Myers will be next, and then Bush.
Carter Schmidt has both the hits for Randolph-Macon. Those are the only base runners. And Schmidt was erased on a double play last inning. So Randolph-Macon hasn't made much noise offensively.
1-1 to Harvey. One and two. We've had this beautiful day, this sunshine throughout the day. This time of day we start to bring up the shadows. Not yet, but creeping to the home plate area.
That, of course, means for hitters, the ball is tough to pick up. When the pitcher is in sunshine and the batter's box is in shadow. It also means that fielders on the right side of the infield and in the outfield are going to have a heck of a time on fly balls.
Yeah, bring your shades, kids. Count goes full. Harvey still in the sunshine in the batter's box, trying to get something started here in the top of the 5th. Bouncer to third. Austin waits for it and then fires it for out number 1. One away from Myers, the left fielder. Probably by the end of this inning, when we get to the 6th, is when you'll see most of the home plate area in the shadow. And then what Bill was talking about, that ball's coming from the bright light into the shadow. It's almost like it disappears if you're a hitter.
Myers is driven in the only 3 runs of this tournament for Randolph-Macon.
Punch foul.
He had a bases clearing double in the first inning yesterday in an 11-3 loss to Whitewater.
One and 2 here against Learson. Another one into the seats. Defensive swing.
To be sure. Pearson must have some nasty movement and certainly a sinker working. Again, there's 8 ground ball outs of the 13 he's recorded. They've only hit 1 ball out of the infield.
This one on the infield again. Another ground ball out. This is a recording. 2 down. And the shortstop Bush will step in.
And since you're an expert on shoe wear, it appears to me Learson's shoes are very similar to the Randolph-Macon kicks. Would you agree?
Agreed. Doubtful he got them from the Randolph-Macon alums from 2018, but yeah.
The case.
Goes with the uniform, goes with the look. Both teams with the black and gold school colors.
And since you're always my expert on uniforms, I like both these clubs' looks.
Agreed. It looks like the Pittsburgh Pirates playing each other in like inter-squad scrimmage, something like that.
Yeah.
Birmingham-Southern's kind of got that cream thing going, and then Randolph-Macon. This one charged by Bush. That's going to be in the gap and falling for a base hit. He's thinking 2 and he'll get there. 2-out double for Bush. Let's see if it leads to something. Down a 4 spot here in the top of the 5th.
Bush has been a hot hitter. We told you he got on base 5 times in the clinching game of the Super Regional. Had 2 hits yesterday and has a 2-out double here in the 5th.
And now it's Eli Brooks, the right fielder. Strike 1.
Bush has only been retired 3 times in the last 3 games in the postseason.
Ooh, close. Nelson struck the pose and tried to get the call for his pitcher. 1-1. One low, 2-1. Brooks, slicer to right, and bounces past Banks. Brooks, all the way to third. Got the job done. Got the Yellow Jackets on the board. It's 4-1.
Well hit ball by Brooks, to be sure. When it got by the right fielder Banks, he was off to the races. Made sure Bush was going to score from second. And Brooks was surprised when he got to second that he was being encouraged to come to third by the coach. But Banks had trouble finding that ball after his dive was unsuccessful catching it.
And now Jordan Hill. Opportunity here with 2 away to go from 4-1 to 4-2.
First triple of the year for Eli Brooks, his 14th RBI.
Big run available 90 feet away. And Hill gonna get it done. It caroms off of Truitt. We got a 4-2 game.
Just like that. Looked like Learson was cruising, and Randolph-Macon shows some life with a 2-out rally.
Good effort by Truitt. Tried to snag it.
He's not going to be able to throw him out even if he came up with that ball, though.
You could see in the replay there, Hill knew it.
There's nobody in the bullpen, but we're getting a mound visit anyway. Trying to settle Learson down as this uprising happened pretty quickly. But there's still not even any stirring in the Birmingham-Southern bullpen.
So the Jackets, they've now out-hit the Panthers 5-3 and trail by just 2. Back to the top of the order, and Queasy, the center fielder. 0 for 2 tonight is Queasy. Takes a ball high. Outside, and now it's the Yellow Jacket fans who are trying to be disruptive forces in the stands. Trying to rattle Learson here. A strike, 2-1. That's Hill, the runner at first. Bash to right. Banks gets there. Side retired, but Randolph-Macon making things happen here in the top half of the 5th. It's now 4-2. First pitch to Dutton, jumps on it, and Queasy gets there to make the catch. Noisy first out here in the bottom half of the 1st. 5th, for Birmingham-Southern.
Yeah, Dutton certainly barreled up the first pitch, but well-positioned Creasy made the grab. One quick out for Birmingham-Southern, and you know McCauley and his Jackets teammates would love a shutdown inning here.
There's Webster. Had the 2-run ding-dong in the first.
So certainly the momentum has swung for the first time this afternoon. Now early evening.
Two 2-0 to Jackson Webster.
And the clouds have come in, meaning that all that talk we made of shadows is now academic.
Negated, yeah. Big buzzkill. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk.
That isn't what McCauley wanted.
Nope. Webster says, I'll take it. He's aboard with one away. And Ian Hancock, the designated hitter. Remember, Hancock reached on that crucial error in the third. Should have been the third out. And the very next batter, Banks, made it hurt with an RBI double. See what Hancock can do here. At the end of the bat. Oh, 1-1 to the senior DH. Nice pitch there, 0-2. McCauley, third pitcher to work for Randolph-Macon. Stays alive, does Hancock.
Defensive swing, but as you say, he'll get to swing again after getting a piece of it.
Oh, 2 on the way. Waste pitch that time. Trying to get him to chase it.
Neither bullpen is busy.
Comebacker out at second and at first for the double play. Jackets say thank you very much. We needed it. And we go to the 6th inning. The game is 4-2. Birmingham-Southern in front.
Welcome back to Classic Auto Park. We'll go to the 6th inning of this game 3 of day 2 with this Division III baseball championships. Randolph-Macon has crept within 2 runs, and they'll send up some of their big boppers, Carter Schmidt, Zach Wernoski, and Miles Webb here in the 6th against Josh Learson, who was cruising till 2 outs last inning when the Yellow Jackets erupted for 3 straight hits and scored 2 runs. Ball 1 to Schmidt, who doubled in the first, got an infield hit in the fourth. And Schmidt laces this one to right. That'll fall in front of Banks. The leadoff man on for the first time today for the Yellow Jackets. And again, we talked about you could feel the momentum shift. It continues after the leadoff single by Schmidt, his 3rd hit of the day. Now Wernoski, who hit into a double play in the 4th, grounded to short in the 1st. First pitch is popped up out of play. Wernoski, the leading hitter for these Yellow Jackets, a .382 hitter. He's 1 for 6 in the tournament. Second on the club in RBIs with 41. Schmidt draws a throw. He's 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts this year. As a team, Randolph-Macon has stolen 83 bases in 48 games. So they run, but not as aggressively as other teams do. 1-1. Crowd definitely into this game. Cleanup hitter Miles Webb on deck. There goes the runner. It's a hit and run. Goes out to right to Banks. There's going to be a play at first, and throw is late. Banks retires Wernoski on the line drive. Schmidt gets back to first. This is a hit and run, and Wernoski does his job to hit it to the right side, but again, he hit it well, but Banks was positioned well and made the play. Now Webb, who's grounded out twice today. Webb goes the other way as well. Banks comes in, has this one measured, and will make this a much easier play for the second out. So Chaz Harvey digs in as the tying run at the plate. He too is 0 for 2 against Learson. Struck out in the second, one of only 2 strikeout victims. Harvey bounced to third in the 5th. Ball 1. Missed on the corner. It's now 2-0. So a hitter's count for Harvey, who leads his team in RBIs with 48 and home runs with 12. He is the tying run at the plate. But he just missed that one, and skies went high into the Ohio night. Shortstop Pruitt calls and makes the inning-ending catch. So Randolph-Macon gets the leadoff man on, but don't score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-2 Birmingham-Southern.
At this time, we proudly request that any current or former members of our armed forces please stand to be recognized.
Bottom 6, and Birmingham-Southern survives Randolph-Macon from making another charge on the scoreboard. Charlie Banks jumped in that first pitch, and he hit it literally out of the ballpark. Back beyond, see that brown building back there? That's where the baseball landed. It was foul, of course, but this one in play. Queasy gets there and makes the catch for out number 1. And now leads the left fielder. Boy, after the Yellow Jackets got those 2 runs in the 5th inning and then got the leadoff man aboard, you thought, here they come. Well, Birmingham-Southern, a good job to quiet things after that. We got a pinch hitter here for the Panthers. This is going to be Jacob Zito, the senior outfielder, hitting in Leach spot. No doubt will stay out there in left field. Takes ball one. Third base side, it gets through for a base hit. Pinch hitter pays off as Zito reaches. Just going back to work to try to get that lead a little more cushiony, if that's such a word. Now Truitt, the shortstop. Nothing in 2 trips for Ty Truitt. Struck out both times. Toss to first. Truitt waiting for the 1-0. Upstairs, but strike call. Delayed call by Will Bowers. Evens the count at 1-1. That one out of the zone, 2-1. Glove by Wernowski. Out at second. Not in time at first, but a terrific play by the Yellow Jackets third baseman. Field the hot smash, get up, and get the force out at second. 2 away. Tried to turn it. That would have been the ultimate for the Jackets, but they'll settle for the out. Second one of the inning, and now Nelson, the catcher. Shane is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second. Runner goes. Throw down is going to be wide of the mark. So Truitt swipes the bag. With 2 outs, and that could be key if Nelson can come through with a base hit. Great jump. Had a big lead and made it in there even if the throw is on target. Truitt gets in there safely. But McCauley and the Jackets going to get out of this. Side retired. No damage done. 7th inning, here we come. Birmingham-Southern still leading it by a 4-2 count. Excuse me. Yeah, the third baseman. Super play. What? I told Seamus, I'm like, you better go. Josh Learson Back on the bump here for Birmingham-Southern. Trying to preserve that 4-2 lead. In the top of the 7th inning, here we go. Randolph-Macon. Sending up Myers to start things off, then Bush and Brooks. Big cut. Wanted to make it 4-3 on one swing. Check the swing there. Two and one to the Jackets left fielder. And it got him on the foot. Myers is fired up. Not too many times you see somebody get hit by a pitch and then turn to the dugout and say, let's go. But he knows the importance of getting on base.
Second inning in a row, they've had the leadoff man on. Jackets didn't do anything with it last inning. He didn't go beyond first base, but it's getting late earlier, so I think that's why Myers is trying to jack his teammates up.
Here's Bush. Swings at the high heat.
Grayson's been a hot hitter, had a double and scored in the 5th. Grounded out in the 2nd. But he's 3 for 6 in the tournament after getting on all 5 times against Adrian in the Super Regional.
Runner goes. Throw down by Nelson is not in time. Boy, Nelson, that was a strong throw. He made it closer than it looked like it might be initially.
Yeah, Bush missed the bunt. So now it's up to Myers to steal the base. And it was a bang-bang play, and he just held the bag.
Almost overslid it, but kept the oven mitt on second base in scoring position here with nobody out.
5th stolen base of the year for Myers. There's action in the Birmingham-Southern bullpen.
0-2 to Bush. Look out.
Hit him.
Oh, it did hit him on the arm. Learson has hit a pair of Yellow Jackets, and the tying runs are now aboard here in the top of the 7th.
His control has been flawless today. Hadn't walked anybody. But as you say, last 2 hitters. And now Dutton and Austin both come in to talk to the veteran Learson, and here comes a mound visit, and this may be the end for Learson.
Saw the bullpen, they were looking on, and then they got the signal. Stop watching, start throwing. Number 3 and number 36 are warming for the Panthers.
36 is Hanson McGowan.
3 is Jacob Fields, the right-hander, a freshman. Convo over on the hill. Learson stays in for the moment. And the batter will be Brooks. Eli had that run-scoring triple back in the 5th inning.
And I think he's going to be asked to bunt here. That's the tying run at first. Brooks has sacrificed successfully once this season. Austin in on the grass at 3rd, anticipating a bunt as well.
Squares, rolls it foul.
Webster charging from 1st. It's an elimination game with the backdrop that Birmingham-Southern the last vestige of their school competing a day after the school closed.
One and one to Eli. Learson in a jam, trying to wiggle out of it somehow, some way. Squares, bunt goes straight up, caught by Nelson. Huge out there, one away. You saw Brooks slam the bat down, frustrated that he couldn't get that ball down.
Yeah, you got to execute.
And now here's Jordan Hill. In there for a strike from Learson.
Hill drove in his 11th run of the year with an infield single in the 5th. Cut the margin to 2. It's still there. Hill's a .247 hitter.
Peek of the runners. They go from second. Throw to third is not in time. That's Myers swiping third. So he's stolen back-to-back bases.
And he better make it, because when you're down 2 runs in the 7th inning and in scoring position, I don't know how much good it does to get you to third base if you got a chance to get thrown out. But he's safe, and that's all that matters if you're a Yellow Jackets fan.
Myers started all this, of course, with that hit by a pitch, and then Rah-Rah walked down to first. He was hoping something like this would happen. First and third with one away. 0-2 pitch coming to Jordan Hill, and it's strike 3 called. Wow, what a big pitch by Learson. 2 away. Top of the order, and Queasy now trying not to waste this opportunity for Randolph-Macon.
I gotta think Grayson Bush is going to try to steal second. He's their leading stolen base, or second in the team in stolen bases.
He's going to do it against a new pitcher. Learson, disappointing he doesn't try to get out of this jam that he created. But we will have a new pitcher for the Panthers. Tell you all about him when we return here in Ohio. So in relief for Birmingham-Southern, they go with the right-hander Hanson McCowan, 6'2" senior from Indian Springs, Alabama.
On the year, he's 4-0 with a .326 earned run average. His 8th appearance, he's thrown 3 complete games as a starter in 19 1/3 innings. Or excuse me, he started 3 games. I apologize. He has not thrown a complete game. He's got 1 save, however, and in 19 1/3 innings, McGowan has allowed 16 hits, 7 earned runs. He's walked 9, struck out 25. Opponents have hit .213 against his 6'2", 180-pounder.
Josh Learson got a nice round of applause when he went into the home team dugout from the fans behind it. He gave him a good effort, but some issues here. 2-hit batsman. He sure as heck wanted to redeem himself, but he'll turn the ball over to McCown to do that for him with 2 outs away and 2 on in the 7th.
Learson allows 6 hits in 6 2/3. He walked 3, including Hill, the final batter he faced. Didn't walk anybody, but he hit the two that Bob alluded to, and that put him in the jam, which caused him to have to leave the game.
They're aboard at first and third. They represent the tying runs. John Queasy will try to bring them in. Squeezed by Nelson. He's got to have cat-like awareness behind home plate now. Bush dancing around down at first base. And the speedy Meyer is over at third.
Queasy 1 for 7 in the tournament, 0 for 3 today.
Strike one. Makes it 1-1. Boy, that was a pretty good pitch.
I agree.
Nelson tried to help his pitcher out, but it's 2-1.
And if you're going to run, I think Bush is going to run here on this 2-1 pitch.
He's dancing. He stays. It's in there for a strike, 2-2. There's Myers over at third.
I would think Bush is definitely going here.
Takes his lead. There he goes. Wrapped foul.
Carter Schmidt, the on-deck hitter, is 3 for 3 today. He'd love a swing.
Yeah, and Birmingham-Southern, they want to cease operations right here. 2-2 to Queasy. Runner goes again, and it's a base hit to right. A run in to make it 4-3. Put him at the corner still as Randolph-Macon creeps within one.
Queasy with a clutch 2-out hit. Drives in his 22nd run of the year. And here's Schmidt. Schmidt 4 for 7 in the tournament. A .339 hitter on the year.
Dangerous hitter, 1-0 to Schmidt.
Second on the team in RBIs with 41.
Carter, little roller off the end of the bat. Truitt, no play. Game is tied.
Schmidt just put the ball in play. Didn't hit it hard, but Truitt wisely didn't make the throw because he had no play. Guess when it gets past the mound, Truitt makes a veteran play and holds the ball as he watches the tying run come in from third.
4-4 our score. Wernowski with the go-ahead run now out at second base. If he can produce. Strike one to Zach.
Wernowski, the leading hitter on this club average-wise at .382. He's driven in 41 runs. Tied for second on the club with Schmidt.
Right field, long run, Banks, and it's foul. One retreats back to first and second. And Cowan trying to find a way.
Radowski just 1 for 7 in the tournament like Queasy was.
Upstairs, doesn't go after it. 2-2 with 2 aboard and 2 down. Short. Truitt. Side retired. At one time, Randolph-Macon was down 4-0 in this game. But 2 in the 5th and 2 more here in the 7th. And we are tied at the 7th inning stretch. Here at the ballpark, elimination game. Who wants it? Randolph-Macon 4, Birmingham-Southern 4. New pitcher for the Yellow Jackets. It is the righty Jacob Lawler.
Lawler on the year 1-0 with a 5.63 ERA. This is his 20th appearance, all in relief. Lawler on the year has thrown 16 innings, allowed 17 hits, 10 earned runs. He's walked 10, struck out 14. Opponents have hit 266 against Lawler, and credit the bullpen. They've done a pretty good job after Drew Ramus gave up 3 runs in the first inning, including 2 home runs. But William Wine, Connor McCauley have pretty much stopped the bleeding and given his team a chance to come back.
So we start all over again. Tied at 4. Mitch Austin will lead it off, then top of the order. Austin 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks in those trips. Swings at the first offering from Lawler. Belted, and look out down in that Yellow Jackets bullpen. Almost took out one of the catchers.
Jacob Lawler's 5'10", 185 pounds, a senior from Broad Run, Virginia.
He's ahead of Mitch Austin, 0-2. This one near the line and left. Myers gets to the spot. 1 away. Top of the order. Eli Stedman, the hitter. Stedman today has been retired 3 times.
Lawler pitched in both Saturday's Super Regional games against Adrian. Pitched a third of an inning in the loss in Game 2. Pitched the inning and a third in the game the clinching win that punched their ticket here. It didn't allow a hit or a run in either appearance.
2-0 to Stedman.
In fact, Lawler hasn't allowed a run since May 10th. 4 appearances ago.
Back on track there with a strike. The 2-1. Bouncer to second. Hill dives, snags, throws, got him! Gold star play by the Yellow Jackets second baseman.
Boy, tougher than it looked as it hit the mound. You see it on the replay here. hits the mound and the ball stays down, Hill has to dive to pick it up and still throws out Stedman, who runs well. That hop behind the mound gets a funky bounce to Hill, who dives to keep it on the infield and gets to his feet and throws him out. Nice play.
2 away for Andrew Dutton. Strike 1 to the second baseman. Dutton is 0 for 3 today. Harvey tried to pull that one back into the zone. 1-1. That time, hit the zone, did Lawler. 1-2. Big momentum shift in the top of the 7th. Jackets trying to carry that over into the 8th. And they will. Strike 3 called. Randolph-Macon in a tie game with Birmingham-Southern going to the top of the 8th. Eighth inning, still anybody's ball game here, an elimination game. That anybody's game, but everybody wants to keep playing baseball in 2024.
It's a battle of the bullpens now. Hanson McGowan still out on the mound for Birmingham-Southern. He'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Randolph-Macon, who've rallied from 4 down with 2 in the 5th and now 2 in the 7th. And you certainly sense this energetic crowd feels momentum is on the side of the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, yeah. Miles Webb to lead it off here in the top of the 8th inning. Goes after the first pitch, and it's down for a base hit. Go ahead, run aboard for the Jackets.
If Randolph-Macon would get the lead, the Yellow Jackets have Sam Slevin, who is among the national leaders with 11 saves, still in the bullpen. Slevin has not pitched in the tournament yet, so he's well rested.
Chaz Harvey, the catcher. Snap throw to first. Keep an eye on Webb. And here we go with a little battery chat with action in the Birmingham-Southern bullpen.
Well, I don't think they think Harvey's going to bunt. He's the power source for the Yellow Jackets with 12 home runs, 48 RBIs. Harvey 0 for 3 today, 0 for 6 in the College World Series.
For his first offering from McCown. Chaz Harvey, the junior catcher.
Look at that, Harvey showing bunt.
Showing bunt.
He has not done so successfully this year.
This might be all window dressing, but we shall see. The wheels are turning here in Eastlake. Squares, pulls back in time, 1-0.
Ray Hedrick still wants to play small ball, even with his big power hitter, apparently. Let's see if he keeps the bunt on.
Got it down. McCowan looked at second, but goes to first. It's like number 8 He's been doing that all season long.
Nicely executed. Pitcher looked at second and then decided that'd be too risky. Got the sure out. It's the lead run at second with one out here in the eighth.
Harvey, rightfully so, got a lot of love from that Jackets dugout for executing perfectly. Now Matt Myers, the left fielder. Just outside, ball one.
Myers was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and came around to score last inning. And he certainly got the troops fired up, screaming at the dugout, let's go, after that hit batsman.
Strike from McGowan, 1-1.
Myers drove in 3 runs yesterday with a bases clearing double in the first inning. Got the Yellow Jackets off and running against Whitewater, but the Warhawks came back with 11 unanswered.
Tried to punch it somewhere, did Myers, but he's down 1-2.
Myers a .273 hitter on the year with 22 RBIs.
Go-ahead run out at second. That's Webb. Matt Myers, the 1-2 pitch. Again, into the seats, foul. High drama here at Classic Park. And perhaps a classic finish for one of these teams. Skipped up there. Throw to third is not in time. Good awareness by Webb. Saw that ball jockeying around at home plate.
I think Austin gets spiked at third. Inadvertently, but he's shaken up anyway. Here it is. Nelson does a nice job to get to this ball, but he throws in the dirt and Austin can't handle it.
I think Austin may have tripped over the bag. Let's take a look.
But I think the spike might have got him in the calf.
And maybe in the backside.
Yeah.
All kinds of awkward there for number
Anyway,
20.
the infield going to have to come in now with a runner on third. One out and a 1-2 pitch coming.
Myers. Checked his swing on the appeal. They say he did. 2-2. It's a full count now. 3-2 pitch. And a base hit to put the Jackets in front for the first time tonight.
Matt Myers, a senior from Hampstead, Maryland, with the infield drawn in, does what you're coached to do, hit the ball hard up the middle. He does so. His 4th RBI of the tournament. And Randolph-Macon has their first lead since the first inning last night. There'll be a pitching change for Birmingham-Southern.
And for the first time in this game, the Panthers trail on the scoreboard. It's 5-4 in the top of the 8th inning. There's your scoreboard change here at the Division III Baseball Championships. Randolph-Macon in front, 5-4 in the top of the 8th. New pitcher comes in, the freshman right-hander, Jacob Fields.
Quite a spot for a freshman. Jacob Fields 1-1 with a .437 ERA. His 18th appearance, all out of the bullpen. Fields thrown 22 2/3 innings and allowed 22 hits. 11 earned runs. He's walked 14, struck out 33, so he's a strikeout guy. Opponents have hit .244 against this freshman from Ackworth, Georgia. And again, he's a guy whose school is not in existence anymore, so his future up in the air. Where is Jacob Fields going to play and go to school next year?
And those fans you saw behind the home team dugout, they've been hooting and hollering the whole time, but they have been quieted. And it's the fans on the third base side now who have rallied the troops to come all the way back from a 4-0 deficit to lead this 5-4. So Fields on in relief to face Grayson Bush and tosses strike one.
Bush 3 for 6 in the tournament. He's scored a pair of runs, including, or both of those occurred today.
2 quick strikes from Fields. Bush up the end of the bat, right field, it'll fall. Myers all the way to third. And the Yellow Jackets say, we're not done yet in the 8th.
Grayson Bush just sticks his bat out, gets it into right field. Myers read it well at first base. He knew it was going to fall. He's on his horse and makes it to third easily. So the big inning for Randolph-Macon continues.
And now Eli Brooks.
Double play depth for the Birmingham infield.
Nelson keeping an eye on everybody. At the corners again are the Jackets.
Brooks faked the bunt. That was not obviously a suicide squeeze.
Drops it down. Nelson going to go to first and get the out.
Again, that's a safety squeeze. So it advances the runner to second. And now it's up to Jordan Hill to bring him in.
So the runner, Myers, instructions only go if they airmail it. But he was playing it safe indeed. Going to give Jordan Hill a chance here to bring him in, along with Bush out at second. And it gets away. Here comes Myers. He's in there. Six-4 ball game.
Fourth wild pitch of the year for the freshman. Nelson had no chance at that pitch. And that hurts if you're Birmingham-Southern, and this is just an opportunity. The veterans, Austin and Truitt, trying to calm Fields down, who's got to be mad at himself for letting that run score, because that changes the complexion of the last 2 innings in a big way.
And Fields tried to rally to the plate, get the throw, make a play. Couldn't do it, pounded his glove, knew what that meant. Now his team down by a pair. 1-0 to Hill, 2-0, and it gets away again. Are you kidding? 7-4, Randolph-Macon. Birmingham-Southern handing them the lead.
And that body language tells you all you really need to know, whether you're making a documentary film or not.
Right now, it's not looking like a very happy ending. Seven unanswered runs by the Jackets, and Hill takes the free pass, so the inning's still not over yet. Top of the order, and Queasy, the batter.
Queasy had a big 2-out hit last inning to bring in a run. And I got to say, I can't believe he's going to stay with Fields. We're going to go try to settle this freshman down. There is bullpen activity, but generally the pitching coach doesn't make the pitching change, so this looks like this to quit hanging your head. Let's get this guy.
And you saw Fields really dejected.
Charlie Horn is throwing in the bullpen, but they stay with Fields. That's a big run, though.
It's been 7 unanswered by Randolph-Macon ever since they fell behind 4-love after the first 3 innings. 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th, 3 here in the 8th. Nelson prevented that from being a wild pitch. Birmingham-Southern, for all the early noise, those 3 runs in the 5th on those 2 home runs. Ever since then, just a run on 2 base hits. And Randolph-Macon was patient, stuck with their game plan to claw back in this one and now take the lead here in the 8th. 2-1 to Queasy. In the dirt. Nelson couldn't find the handle. Hill gets the stolen bag.
Third wild pitch of this 3-run inning.
Fields trying to find a way. Runs the count full now on Queasy.
I mean, the tough thing for the Panthers, if you're a Panthers fan, all this damage is self-induced. 2 hit batsmen in the 7th came around to score. 3 wild pitches here. Been 3 hits and a walk as well. But
they flirted with danger a little too much. 3-2 pitches, ball 4, not even close.
and now
Still
Carter
2
Schmidt.
aboard.
Schmidt with 4 hits on the day. Going to hit with 2 on, but he's going to face a new pitcher.
I'll tell you about number 18 when we return. 7-4. It's the Jackets in front of the Panthers. It's Charlie Horn's turn, the lefty. Trying to come in and get this final out here and put the top of the 8th inning to bed.
Charlie Horn, the 4th pitcher used by Birmingham-Southern. Horn of the year, 1-2 with a 362 earned run average. This is his 15th appearance. He's had 4 saves, which is tied for the team best. In 27 and a third innings, the left-handers allowed 28 hits, 11 earned runs. He's walked 12, struck out 29. Opponents have hit 255 against Charlie Horn.
Birmingham-Southern, they're not picky at this point, just getting out anywhere. They still have 6 outs left, but for the first time, playing from behind against their opponents.
Kelly Horns from Germantown, Tennessee. Feet 185 pounds, a sophomore of the St. George Independent in Germantown.
And final throw made by Horn, which means Carter Schmidt can step to the plate. So Carter Schmidt with 2 aboard can really open this one up if he can find some green.
5 for 9 in the tournament, including 4 for 4 today.
Strike 1 from Horn.
He knocked in the game-tying run in the 7th.
Another strike. Horn needs one more.
Schmidt's going to take a walk and think about it. Ask for time. Taking a lot of time. Now I think the pitcher asked for time. Throw back to the old days there, Bob.
Yeah, everybody needs time. Fouled off. Three runs in for Randolph-Macon. Looking for more. 7 runs on 11 hits for the Jackets. One and two. Schmidt waiting. And a little spinner that lands in the mid of Dutton. Side retired. But oh my, what an inning it was for the Jackets. 8 to the plate and 3 on the board. And in front in this ball game, middle of 8, 7-4. You've heard us talk about Sam Slevin. Well, here he is coming on in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Yellow Jackets.
We talked about how effective Slevin has been, and now they've got the lead, you get to see him. He is second nationally in the number of saves, 11. On the year, Sam 3-2 with a 2.41 ERA. This is his 26th appearance. In 33 2/3 innings, he's allowed 30 hits, just 9 earned runs. He's walked 11, struck out 38. Opponents have hit 236 against his junior right-hander.
He's going to face Jackson Webster. Remember how this game started back in the first for Birmingham-Southern? Started like this. Webster gone. Punched a 2-run shot to that berm out in left center. Right up the signage. And it was, yeah, Webster saying, this is too easy.
And you remember how noisy it was here?
I do.
Birmingham-Southern's trying to recreate that energy as the team's down to their last 6 outs.
See if Webster can start it against Slevin. It's ball 1.
6'11" from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Two 2-0. And Slevin gets his first strike in there. 2-1, 2-1.
He pitched in 2 games in the Super Regional last week against Adrian.
Center field, but it'll stay in the park. Queasy on the run, makes the catch. 1 away. That Webster home run in the first. Such a big blast. What a way to kickstart an emotional game for everybody here in the ballpark. And you're looking around saying, is someone writing the script for this movie? I mean, it's amazing. And then they got another home run off the bat of Banks. But Randolph-Macon, they didn't read the script. They had their own story to tell. Base hit to right by Hancock. Brooks got there in a hurry to get it in and hold Hancock to a single.
And Hancock, a senior, his teammates voted that they wanted him to take the last batting practice at Birmingham-Southern's field on Tuesday. So he was in the last one in the cage before the team shut down. It was on campus. They left the next day and have had a lot of support both here, back in Birmingham, and nationally.
Here's Banks. He homered in the first as well. Hit the same signage out there. It was a solo shot.
Had a double in the third.
Tried to hit that sign again.
Banks a .374 hitter, now with 6 home runs, 34 RBIs.
Rips it foul. Slevin's got him 1 and 2.
Charlie's 4 for 8 with 2 RBIs in the tournament.
Toss over, and Webb had to do a little tango there.
With 5 outs to go, Hancock, who's stolen 1 base this year, I highly doubt is thinking about stealing a base.
Banks has shown us he can make this a 1-run game with 1 swing. Battling here, 1 and 2 against Slevin. Make it 2 and 2.
Light's starting to take effect here in this game, which feels like it should be prime time with the documentary film crew following Birmingham-Southern and all the drama involved with their program.
Base hit to left. Banks delivers. Tying run comes to the plate for the Panthers.
This is Jacob Zito, who entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th and got a hit. Zito's a .271 hitter with 4 homers, 39 RBIs.
He's got 2 aboard with 1 away. Zito takes strike 1.
The Randolph-Macon bullpen is quiet. This is Slevin's game. He's got a 3-run lead. Zito 1 for 5 yesterday against Salve Regina.
Hit hard to center field. Queasy giving chase. He won't get there. It bounces off the wall. Stays in the park and it'll score 2. Zito into third. It's 7-6.
What was that strip you were talking about?
These guys are writing it as they go along.
Jacob Zito, with his second triple of the year, brings in 2. And now it's Randolph-Macon who's got to regroup. And Birmingham-Southern's fans are back in the game. I think we're going to get a review here. I'm guessing it's going to be to ask whether the ball should be a ground rule double or not. I'm just guessing.
I think your guess is right. My eyesight is poor, but I did see the ball bounce off the wall.
Ray Hedrick has asked for the review. Again, after the 7th inning, it's an umpire review, not a coach's challenge. So the umpires, I think, will honor his request that they look at it. And they're going to review something, and that is my guess, as there's a caucus on the mound involving the battery in the infield for Randolph-Macon.
Well, and Queasy, we'll take a look. Queasy didn't put his hands up to say the ball went over the fence. He played it off the wall and tried to get it in time.
He had to go a long way for this ball, which was jolted by Zito. See, it bounces on the track.
And then, it's the yellow line. And stays in play, bounces back past Queasy. See, right there, actually past his glove. Queasy was there hoping it would fall into his glove.
And really, that fortuitous bounce probably enables Zito to take an extra base.
It should be a quick review, we shall see, but because of the bounce, because it wasn't a ground rule double, it cleared the 2 runners, and as Bill said, allowed Zito to get to third, which is huge because with 1 out, he can score on a deep fly ball and tie this game up.
Ty Truitt is the next hitter. He's conferring with the coaches. Let's hear this. Will be the results of the review here. I guess that means he's staying at third.
I guess so.
Remember my suggestion box
about the microphone?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'd like a little bit more details, but you were right on the call on what they were looking at. So everything stands, and the scoreboard is now 7-6.
The infield will come in to try to cut off the tying run, or prevent the tying run from scoring a third on a ground ball. And this is Ty Truitt at the plate. He's 0 for 3. 1 for 8 in the tournament. Infield in tight at the corners.
Truitt tried to punch it over that infield.
Up their middle. I guess you could say they're halfway, but they're in closer to the infield grass than they are the outfield grass. There's a look at the infield alignment with 1 out and tying run at third.
Gets the bunt down. Suicide squeeze. Got him.
What a play by Webb. What a play by Webb, who charges from first and then highlights it to the catcher. This may be a review as well, I guess, because it's such a big play. Why not? Wow. Truitt gets the bunt down. Here it is again. There is going to be a review. But charging first baseman doesn't even take the ball out of his glove. He flips it to the catcher, who makes the tag on the on-rushing Zito.
And Zito, his reaction there, not arguing the call, but just frustrated that he couldn't tie this ball game up.
But again, I think the umpires recognize the significance of the call, so why not make sure you get it right? It's quite a script that you alluded to.
Crazy. Unfathomable. Another look. Great play, as Bill said, by Webb to scoop it with the glove. And Harvey right there to reach out. Looks like he makes the tag on the arm before he can swim, move around, and get the play.
Like you said, I don't think he's contesting the call. I think it's a reaction out of frustration. But, again, I don't blame the umpires on this one. This one, you got to get right. And give Harvey credit for making a nice play as well.
Yeah, hanging in there.
But Webb, in charging, that was a do-or-die play. He didn't have time to get the ball out into his hand. Here comes the decision from the umpires.
Call stands. Scoreboard stays at 7-6. Randolph-Macon dodges a bullet and stays in front by a sliver. 2 away now. Truitt's the runner at first.
That wasn't a bad bunt. I mean,
no, the execution was great.
Yeah, Webb just makes a heck of a play.
And Zito committed to it all the way, charging in hard. You just tip your cap for a Gold Glove play.
We have a pinch hitter here.
Grant Morgan, a sophomore backup catcher and outfielder.
Grant's a .222 hitter with 2 homers, 6 RBIs.
1-0 to Morgan.
John Weisberg, the coach, looking for some thunder off the bench.
In the dirt, Harvey snuffs it. 2-0.
Birmingham-Southern has not treated Southern well.
No. There goes the runner. Harvey's throw, not in time. Truitt swipes second base. Now he's hoping Grant Morgan can find some green.
7th steal of the year for Truitt. Randolph-Macon's got activity in the bullpen now.
Two-one coming to Morgan. 3-1. Slevin. Base hit to left by Morgan. Gonna send the runner home. This will tie it at 7.
How about that? Grant Morgan with a 2-out hit and a big welcome in the dugout. And this team just won't quit. Going to be a pinch runner for the latest hero for the Panthers, Grant Morgan.
And Slevin's going to be replaced.
4 hits in the inning against one of the nation's leader in saves. And he gets the hook.
7-7 in the 8th. Pitching change here in Ohio.
Jason Barber is the pinch runner. The new pitcher for Birmingham, or for Randolph-Macon, is Michael Shanahan.
Yeah, the documentary crew scrambling here. Maybe they powered the cameras down and thought, well, this will be the end of the story until it comes to the final out. Nope. Game on. Game tied at 7. 3 runs plated in for the Panthers here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the Yellow Jackets go to the pen again with Michael Shanahan. Eli Stedman, leadoff hitter. Lefty against the righty Shanahan. Sachets out of the way, 1-0.
Nice stop by Harvey. That keeps those both base runners from getting into scoring position. Stedman's 0 for 4. 0 for 7 in the tournament.
Some oohs and ahs there from the crowd.
Eli's the 300 hitter on the year.
One and one. Shanahan brings it. Stedman checked in time. 2-1. Five of the Birmingham-Southern 9 hits have come in this inning to bring themselves back from the depths. 2-2 with 2 aboard.
If you're joining us expecting to see Whitewater play against Salve Regina, this is an elimination game.
Low, they're full, and now those 2 runners are going to be on the move. This place is up for grabs. Strike 3 called. Stedman didn't think so. Yellow Jackets will take it. Get back in the dugout and head to the 9th, tied at 7. Big moment, big pitch. And strike 3 called. Kept this game tied at 7. So now, no matter how this ends, it will be a dramatic finish for one of these teams. in the ninth or beyond. Got a bunch of changes after all the pinch hitting that went on in that 8th inning. Looks like Parker Ladd replaces Austin down at third base. We'll get you caught up on the other ones, but for now, Horn back to work, the lefty, against Wernowski in the top of the 9th inning. Ball 1. And a strike there to even the count at 1-1. Ty Truitt, Bill, he was out at shortstop. He's now catching.
Yeah, he's a versatile guy.
Yeah. So he's behind the dish, replaces Nelson. We told you about Ladd replacing Austin at third. And now we'll get the new shortstop for you shortly. To the second base side, Dutton, who's still in there, makes the play. 1 away. Well, look, if you're Birmingham-Southern, you didn't want to take the lead there in the 8th. You want to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th, right? If we're truly going to do this in Disney movie style, that's how you get it done.
You've convinced me. This script is very unpredictable.
Here's Miles Webb. Got to keep this inning clean first to set themselves up to walk it off. And Randolph-Macon has shown they've been up to the task. Count is even on Webb. Webb, remember, made that Webb gem on the suicide squeeze, pun intended. That was snuffing out the tying run at the time. And Birmingham-Southern picked themselves up and still tied it. One-two coming from Horn. Way outside, almost got away from Truitt.
Jason Barber, who was in the game as a pinch runner, is now playing shortstop.
2-2 to the first baseman of the Jackets. Pitch clock violation, the first we've had. And out comes Jen Weisberg. Hands were extended, so now the count is full. But that's the first time we've had the third base umpire come out and make that motion.
That's a big call.
Sitting 3-2. Webb lines it to left for a base hit. Go ahead run back on the bases for the Jackets.
With authority. Webb gets his second hit in as many innings. He's now 2 for 5 today.
And now Harvey, the catcher. Remember in that 3-run 8th inning, it was Harvey who was asked to bunt, and he did successfully.
But also remember, Harvey's got 12 home runs and 48 RBI. Yeah. There's another pitch clock violation, I believe.
Home plate umpire Will Bowers, he's calling Horn over. No, he had something. He's got something something there, like a wristband, or this might be the pitch comm.
It is a pitch count device, and maybe that's what the Birmingham-Southern coach was saying. It was a malfunction. Anyway, the order is restored. There was no pitch clock violation, so no count to Harvey.
Low for ball one. That might have been what slowed Horn down. And pitch comm was malfunctioning. When things malfunction for us, production guys, they just reboot it. Just hit the reset button.
Webb at first, 21 out of 25 in stolen base opportunities. He's the go-ahead run in the ninth.
Chaz Harvey waiting again. Standing in with a 1-0 count. Strike. 1-1.
This would be a good pitch for Webb to run on.
Catcher swings a mighty swing at that.
He screwed himself in the ground at that off-speed delivery.
Horn's looking out there, shaking his head, saying, "What do you want?" "I want that." Whatever it was, Horn gets the strikeout. 2 down. It's up to Myers now.
He's had a big night. 1 for 3, scored 2 runs, stolen 2 bases. He's knocked in 4 runs in the tournament.
Panthers bottom of the ninth. Dutton, Webster, and Hancock are scheduled 2, 3, 4. But first things first, keep this game intact at 7-all.
And Horn determined to keep Webb at first base and out of scoring position.
Matt Myers, strike 1.
If you're joining us in the hopes to watch Whitewater Salve Regina, this is Birmingham-Southern, the team with no school back home, against Randolph-Macon. Birmingham jumped out to a 4-0 lead, hit 2 first-inning homers and a 3-run first, only to see Randolph-Macon rally to take the lead, and then Birmingham-Southern with 3 in the bottom of the 8th has tied it.
1-1 to Matt Myers. The school with an enrollment this past school year of 731. And whether or not you were invested in the baseball team at Birmingham-Southern, of the 731 you became a part of this last link to that university. Runner goes, and the ball skips away from Truitt. Webb now down at second base.
A lot of pressure on Truitt. You got a converted shortstop who's, been a shortstop for all but this inning in the tournament.
You made all the moves with the pinch hitters and the shuffling to get this game tied again. The defensive changes go with it. You hope it doesn't hurt. 2-2 now.
Nice pitch on Horn. This lefty-lefty matchup to Myers.
Crowd into it again for Birmingham-Southern. 2-2 pitch. On the ground to first. Gobbled up by Webster. Do you believe it? Do you believe in dramatic finishes? Bottom of the ninth. Tie game at 7 apiece.
Yeah, I guess I better get up.
7-7 our score in the bottom of the ninth inning. Birmingham-Southern, like their opponents, Randolph-Macon, fighting for their baseball lives. Birmingham-Southern, though, fighting to keep the memory of their former school alive. It's Andrew Dutton to lead it off against Shanahan, the right-hander. Ball one inside. Webster to follow, who hit the home run back in the first inning. And then Hancock after. 2-0. Not a strike yet for Dutton to work with.
Michael Shanahan got the last out in the eighth. He allowed a hit in the eighth.
Winning run aboard.
Well, we saw the cleanup hitter bunt for Randolph-Macon. You ask another slugger to bunt here in Jackson Webster. I think that's what's being discussed, the mound right now, how they're going to defend that if it occurs. Dutton 4 for 4 on stolen base attempts at first.
Webster again got this party started back in the first with a 2-run blast. Here it is from the Wayback Machine.
Webster 1 for 3 tonight with that big bomb. He's 2 for 6 in the tournament. Randolph-Macon thinks he's bunting. He's not.
Oh, he's swinging. Shanahan got a strike on him.
Webster has not bunted successfully all year, or maybe been asked to. He unbuttoned his shirt again and took a swing.
Trying to be the hero here. Hancock waits on deck. Banks after him, who also homered in that first inning. 0-2 to Jackson Webster.
Webster with 14 home runs on the year. 50 RBIs.
Blast it to left! Are you kidding? Are you kidding? And do you believe? Alive and kicking. Birmingham-Southern wins it 9-7.
Jackson Webster's second two-run homer of the game completes the comeback for Birmingham-Southern, who blew a 4-0 lead, only to come back and tie it with 3 in the 8th, come back from 7-4 down, and then win it 9-7 on Webster's second big blast of the night. They will live for another day in a dramatic 9-7 win in an elimination game over Randolph-Macon.
I asked the question twice. Are you kidding? And do you believe? Because this is unbelievable.
Look at that dugout. I mean, this is no doubt about it. He extends the arms. Just a matter where this one's going to land. It was well over the fence. Randolph-Macon has their hearts broken. They're going home. But Birmingham-Southern, who doesn't have a school to go home to, will stay here in Ohio for another day and still has a chance to win a national championship for the DIII College Society.
This party, no one can break up this party. They just keep on celebrating the fact that they are still playing baseball and they're still representing their former school, Birmingham-Southern College. What a wild game it was. What a wild ride these guys are on.
They will play at 3 o'clock tomorrow against the loser of our nightcap, either Salve Regina or Wisconsin Whitewater. They'll take a 33-15 record in that game. Randolph-Macon closes out their season with a 33-16 record. They gave it a gutty effort tonight, but well, they have something special to go up against. I don't know if you believe in a team of destiny, but those guys in white, I think, are the closest thing to it.
Final score, 9-7 in 9 innings. We've got another game to go. Salve Regina and Wisconsin Whitewater gotta follow this up. Two teams that won their first game. We'll have it for you in about 45, 50 minutes on NCAA.com.